afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Game 6 of the NBA Championship Series at Capitol Center. Here are the starting lineups. First for the visiting Seattle Supersonics. At forward, number 43, 6'11", from Illinois Wesleyan, Jack Sikma. At forward, number 27, 6'7", from Iowa, John Johnson. At guard, number 24, 6'4", from Pepperdine, Dennis Johnson.
So,
guard,
the stage is being set.
Southern California,
the men in green from the Pacific Northwest, the Seattle Supersonics, with a chance to wrap up the NBA championship. But it won't be easy because we are in Landover, Maryland, and the Washington Bullets are about to bring down the house. More than 19,000 fans on hand, many of them waving those white handkerchiefs in the background.
Champion Washington Bullets. Forward, number 10, 6'6", from Norfolk State, Bob Dandridge. At forward, number 11, 6'9", from Houston, Elvin Hayes. At guard, number 14, 6'3", from Hawaii, Tom Henderson.
Now the next man introduced will be Kevin Greavy. He was out of the lineup until just moments ago when he decided that he could play with an assortment of injuries.
At center, number 41, 6'7", from Louisville, Wes Unseld.
So they are the men who will try to keep the Bullets' hopes alive under Coach Dick Motta. They trail in this championship 3-2, so they must win here this afternoon.
NBA on CBS. Today's championship game is sponsored by all the new 1978 Chevrolets, now at your Chevy dealers everywhere. General Motors, people building transportation to serve people. And by Lowenbrau, light special and dark special, when it's time for the taste of a truly great beer.
From the Capitol Center in Landover, Maryland, it is Game 6 of the NBA Championship Series, Seattle against Washington. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Brent Musburger. This should be a whale of an afternoon. If Seattle wins, it will be the 9th straight year that we've crowned a new champion in the NBA. But the Washington Bullets have lost only once at home in the playoffs. They are prime. For more on the Supersonics, let's go to Rick Barry.
The Sonics are ready. They are loose, they're confident, and they would like nothing better than to win the championship here in the Capitol Center. In order to accomplish that goal, they have got to come out and sustain the aggressive defense that has gotten them this far. The champagne is on ice. It's up to the Bullets to put it in the deep freeze. Now for the Washington story, here's the man who has been in this difficult situation many times, John Havlicek.
For the Washington Bullets, it's do or die, because today could be the end of the season. I'm sure they don't want to go on vacation. To add to their problems, Kevin Greavy sprained his wrist in the third quarter of last Friday's games. It remains to be seen as to how good he's going to be or how well he can shoot the ball. Two areas where they must improve tremendously are at the free throw line, because they shot horribly in that last game. The other thing they have to do is get a better production from the bench, where they were outscored 38-8. And here, Breck the bench.
Our referees for this sixth game, Darrell Gerritsen on the left and Don Murphy on the right. The alternate is Ed Rush. Murphy holding the basketball. The Supersonics will be wearing their traveling green and the Bullets in their home whites. How easy or how difficult will it be for the Supersonics to wrap up a championship on the road? In 5 of the last 6 years, the NBA title has been decided on the road. Portland broke through last year at home in the 6th game against Philadelphia. Kevin Greavy with control for the Bullets. Unseld is high, and they go to Tommy Henderson for the first shot. Marvin Webster, the leading rebounder in the series, with his first in Game 6. Inside to the rookie, Sikma, and there was a foul as he came into Wes Unseld underneath.
Very good transition that time by the Sonics, getting back quickly. They caught the Bullets a little bit slow getting back. You can see the good pass coming here. There's Sikma beating Wes Unseld goes up for the shot, jumps back, and he actually drew the contact against Wes Unseld. So big break for the Seattle right in the first play of the game.
We have had a difference at the free throw line in this series. For the starters, the Washington regulars have missed 37 free throws, and the Supersonics 5 starters have missed but 22. And that really is what separates these two teams after 5 games. Here's Hayes, and young Sigma's on him. Fouled him on the turnaround. And Gus Williams also was out.
Here we have Elvin Hayes in low. He bumps a little bit, goes up for the shot, gets a little double team action from Williams from the top, and draws a foul.
Actually, when you're playing defense against E in that situation, Brent, once he has the ball and goes into the act of making that fadeaway, there's not much you're going to be able to do, and so it really doesn't make much sense to put a bump on him, especially when the officials are going to call the game close.
A game 7, if necessary, would be Wednesday night in Seattle. Kevin Greavy forces Dennis Johnson to turn it over on the lost dribble. Greavy injured his left wrist in the loss Friday night. He did not think he would be able to play. He came out and shot early and couldn't even hit the rim. He went back in, received a shot, and he's all right. Hayes misses underneath. Sigma off to Dennis Johnson on the wing. Greavy with Dennis. They go inside, and it's John Johnson. Dandridge hands back to Greavy. Dandridge up high, rolls it off, and Elvin Hayes with a big offensive rebound.
E again getting off to a good start, something he's done in almost every playoff game, but there seems to be a period either in the third or fourth quarter where he gets lost out there and they don't get the ball to him.
So many times you're so anxious in the first moments of a game like this that you forget a few of the fundamentals and don't block out, and Elvin's been tough to contain down there.
Offensive foul is the reason why that ball was turned over. It'll go to the Washington Bullets. It was against Dennis Johnson. Greavy to the left corner, Sigma on the switch, and now Sigma goes back to E. Short, tap deep to Gus Williams. 2-on-1. Gus is off, and Dennis Johnson went down. Wes Unseld there, picking up his second personal.
We have a fast break with Williams stopping at the free throw line momentarily, putting on a little burst of speed. You can see Wes Unseld appear in your picture here and actually takes DJ out of the game for a period of a minute or so. I'm sure he's going to be back and ready to play 48 minutes if need be.
Trainer Frank Furtado of the Supersonics.
What happened, Brent, is that when Gus made the move to get around Bobby Dandridge, his right leg bumped against Bobby Dandridge's knee on that spin move on the start of the break. And that one hurt him for a little while, but it should go away. Had many of those myself.
Loose ball foul, line him up.
Daryl Garrettson telling the players it was a loose ball foul, not yet in the penalty, so Seattle should line up its attack, and Murphy will hand the ball to Dennis Johnson. Tommy Henderson is with Gus Williams. John Johnson feeling it, missing that time. He shot 1 of 8 Friday night, but he was an excellent passer in that victory by the Sonics. Unseld crashing into Marvin Webster, gave it up, and it's Dennis Johnson quickly to the attack to JJ. 2 hoops now for John Johnson.
Again, the good fast break by the Seattle Sonics, and Wes Unseld got a big break. If he had contained control of that ball, he could have been called for an offensive foul very easily.
Marvin Webster decided to face up on Unseld that time, something that Lenny Wilkins has been instructing him in this series. Elvin Hayes will rotate underneath. You can see him sliding inside Dandridge. And it is Greavy off that time, and Webster's outlet is to Johnson. It's one-on-one. Henderson is back. Dandridge joins, and they go to Williams in the corner as the Bullets drop back quickly. John Johnson being fronted underneath by Henderson on the switch. Dennis Johnson off, but Jack Sickma with an offensive rebound and a hoop for the Sonics.
Kevin Greavy's not handling the ball very much. He wants to give it to Henderson every time up the floor, so this could be a factor later on.
Henderson cut off by Webster and Dandridge at the left side. Marvin getting back on the rotation, though. Williams left wing.
They scored that time. Gus Williams making a good jump shot, but that time Washington got back very well. They had 4 men down there, but you can't do much against a 25-foot jump shot.
Dick Motta kneeling down in front of the Bullet bench. Inside to Henderson. It's a 2-point Seattle lead.
That's the type of place Washington must get more of, Brent. They've got to get that inside penetration, get the cuts, get some other people involved down low.
Webster bouncing into unsub. You can see Darrell Garrison saying no on the shot. Marvin Webster is called for the foul. So it'll go to the Bullets on the turnover.
We have Webster down low, backing into Unseld, trying to draw that third foul if possible, going up for the shot, and he gets called for it. I'm sure they'd like to get Wes in a little more trouble.
Wes is out high, playing with 2 personals here early. Kevin Greavy is down again on the other side. Dandridge is off. Bullets will keep it as Seattle touched it last, going out of bounds. Dennis Johnson goes back, and Jack Sickma is there with Elvin Hayes. Hayes will inbound for the Bullets.
Jack, get him!
He'd like it back from Dandridge. Now he comes out of the lane, but not quickly enough. 3-second violation. If Bobby had hit him, he would have tossed up a quick shot, but they couldn't get the ball to him, and so it was a violation.
Again, in the rebounding department, Seattle 6, Washington 3, and it seems that the team that gets the most rebounds is the one that wins.
Jammed up on the ball side. Now they come loose. Gus rotating inside. And on the penetration, he was able to draw the foul from Dandridge.
We drew a mismatch that time. John Johnson had Tom Henderson. He was posting him up, and once Bobby Dandridge went down to help out, they got it back to Gus quickly, and he used the speed to go by Dandridge.
Webster turns around. Hayes with the defensive rebound. Bullets go for the tie. Swatted back. Lead pass now for Williams. Henderson is back. Gus's pull up, and it's a 4-point Seattle lead off the blocked shot. Seattle has had many more blocks in this series, largely because of Webster and Dennis Johnson. Charles Johnson will check in for the Bullets. Henderson to back to Dandridge. Bullets attacking a lot from the right side early. Dandridge is stopped that time by John Johnson and battled to get it back, and he's got it. So it is turned over to Seattle, and they can run to a 6-point lead. Dick Motta will call a timeout here with 6 minutes and 22 seconds to go in the first period, and his Bullets trailing 11-4. When you come back, Charles Johnson will check into the backcourt.
See what's new today in a Chevrolet.
To the more than 600,000 people who bought the new Chevrolet during its very first year, thank you. You've made it the most popular car in America. For the rest of you, a simple reminder. With its advanced design, the new Chevrolet has more headroom, more rear seat legroom, more trunk room, and more. So drive it. The new Chevrolet. Now that's more like it.
Here's to good friends. Tonight is kind of special.
There he is. Hey, you got here early. Al, come on, Lone Brown. Well, isn't that what regional sales managers drink? You? You got it. I got it. You got it.
When you want the taste of a truly great beer, tonight, let it be Lowenbrau.
Congratulations, Big Chef. And I suppose you're going to forget your friends now? Probably.
Let it be Lowenbrau.
A poem about deodorants. Roll, roll, roll on, all sticky and wet. or spray your underarm. What a fog you'll get. So give me the stick, Old Spice deodorant stick. It goes right to the spot. All wet or foggy it's not. It guards against odor the whole day long. With Old Spice freshness, you cannot go wrong. So goodbye roll-on, so long spray. Old Spice stick, it's the only way.
Deodorant or antiperspirant.
Next Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern, CBS Sports Spectacular will take you trackside for exclusive live coverage of the 110th running of the Belmont Stakes as the firm tries to hold off Aladar to win the coveted Triple Crown.
These are two super horses. You may never get another chance to see any like them.
That's the Belmont Stakes next Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern.
Here's a 4-point difference, 11-7. I might have confused some when we went into commercial, but it is 11-7. 4 points separate these two right now in Game 6, with Charles Johnson having replaced Kevin Greavy, and in the backcourt he goes to Dennis Johnson. Henderson is with Gus Williams. Seattle trying to increase its lead. John Johnson's shot is short. An offensive rebound blocked by the Bullets. Henderson goes to the wing, and it is CJ on the penetration, dishing back. Henderson fouled as he came up with the scoop shot.
Here's an example. Elvin Hayes, perfect timing on Dennis Johnson's ball. Blocks the shot, starts the fast break, and that time it was Washington taking advantage of Seattle on the break situation.
And Rick, that's the first time they did it, and I feel that they're going to have to do much more of it to stay in this ball game and actually become more effective.
They are still missing at the free throw line. And that could be critical today. Hayes alone on the other side. Tapped it back up. Sigma trying to get free. The crowd's so loud it is hard to even pick up the official's whistle.
Elvin Hayes doing a little bumping on Sigma, same way that Sigma was doing it to Elvin. Here we see Wes Unseld going up. That ball looked like it still was in the cylinder a little bit, fellas.
John Johnson trying to give it up, probably feeling that he's been taking too many shots. Passing inside to Dennis Johnson. The Sonics like to sort out their shooting. The Bullets sometimes will depend largely on Elvin Hayes and Bobby Dandridge to score. Webster looks in.
Pointed out so many times, Brent, if Marvin ever gets that shooting touchdown, it's going to be impossible for Wes Unseld to stop him because of the height difference.
Unseld pops high. Brings Webster with him. CJ. And it's Elvin Hayes again with an offensive rebound. Unseld keeps it in play. And Hayes is right back. As a result of that sequence, Washington now leads in the rebounding category.
There you see Elvin doing a good job on getting that inside position. Gets the offensive board. He'll miss the shot. Comes back off. Wes Unseld gets a break. Misses. Elvin back in there. Gets it back. Scores.
Williams misfires for the Sonics. Unseld with that great outlet pass to Henderson, and Dandridge couldn't hold on. Here's CJ, and now Hayes on the loose ball. It goes out of bounds. It'll go to Seattle. Bobby Dandridge lost the handle underneath. 7 offensive rebounds already for the Bullets, and 1 for the Supersonics. A 2-point Seattle lead. And the Kemper Open coming your way next. Come on, Arnold Palmer. I hope no one holds me responsible for rooting. Underneath the layup by Dennis Johnson, but wouldn't it be great to see Arnold crack through again? That'll be coming your way on CBS. We'll have a live update at halftime to see how Arnold is doing. Unseld back to Dandridge inside. Nice pass.
Both teams lacking in weak side defensive help that time, are leaving easy opportunities under the basket.
Charles Johnson fronting Webster, helping out on the double team, so Dennis Johnson takes the outside shot. Unseld gives them but one. Intercepted by John Johnson. Dennis inside to Marvin.
There's that tremendous height advantage. He just took the ball right over Wesley. Henderson throws it away.
Goes to Seattle.
Here's that earlier defensive lapse we talked about. There you see the back pick, Charles Johnson knocked off. The other men on the other side, Watney watching the play, enabling the easy basket underneath.
As a result of that turnover, the Bullets have given it up now 6 times. The Supersonics 3. 3 minutes and 25 seconds to go in the first period. Timeout.
From the top man right down to the bottom man. It just passes right down the line. Everybody pushes for quality.
Willie Rawls, utility man. This is who we are and what we do at General Motors.
My job is to replace any absentees. I'm here, there, all over the plant. Yeah, you're not tied down to one job all the time. You're around the different jobs. Metal finishing, welding, soldering. But soldering, I think I enjoy soldering more than any other job I've done because there's a lot of skill in that. Yeah, the fellas keep something going all the time. It's never dull around there. Yeah, they get along very good. Yeah, union's good. Yeah, the people on the line, they have a lot of interest in the cars. If I go out to buy a car, that's where I go, looking for a General Motors car. Because I'm right there in the plant and I see how they're built, see the quality that goes into them.
General Motors, people building transportation to serve people.
Look at yourself, sitting there watching other people play games, while your once hard body grows softer, and another weekend goes down the tube. We say, come on, stop spectating and get in the game. We're AMS. We make what it takes to renovate the body and raise the spirit. We make quality products. Voight balls, Ben Hogan golf equipment, Harley-Davidson motorcycles. AMS. We make weekends.
Following the game, CBS Sports features live coverage of the Kemper Open from Charlotte, North Carolina. That's Following the Game.
Back in Landover, Maryland, the rebounding story early. Wes Unseld with 5 for the Bullets and Marvin Webster with 4. As we check the leaderboard, Arnold, where are you? Coming into the final round. So we'll be checking out what happened early at halftime when we go to Charlotte. And if Seattle wins this game, we will be going to the locker room. Dennis Johnson off and Unseld with the rebound. Charles Johnson with pressure, so he gave it up, and here's Henderson. Hayes getting in for that short shot. It's almost unstoppable. Paul Silas, 35, had checked in during that timeout. He is Lenny Wilkins' first substitute as Jack Sikma goes out. Sonics are up by 2. 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go, first period. John Johnson is off, and Elephant Hayes crashes to the floor with a rebound. Being healthy, he's all right. He is almost indestructible. He has never missed a playoff game because of an injury.
Here's the shot coming up right now. The Big E goes up for it, and he actually lost his own footing, his left leggy, when he came down and slid out from underneath him. Paul Silas was in the area. Little incidental contact, but he picks up the foul.
2:30. Freddie Brown also in the game, along with Silas. The bench, of course, a big factor Friday night in Seattle. 38-8 with Seattle's edge. On the turnover, it's Gus Williams on the steal. 3-on-1. Quick pass to Brown. Dandridge had come back down on Freddie on that side. Actually, looks called for the foul.
Looked like Gus may have waited just a hair too long on that one, John, to pass it off.
I thought he probably could have got the ball to him a little earlier, and those are some of the... Okay, here we go. Let's take a look at it. We have Gus coming down. He actually probably could have got it over a little earlier and led Freddie to the basket. Lenny Wilkins wanted goaltending on that also.
2 fouls on Dandridge. Fred Brown hits the free throws. So it goes back to 4, and oh, those free throws. You can see them trying to front Hayes. John Johnson was coming over. One-on-one, and on the turnaround, he hits another one. He is 4 of 8.
That time you could see 10 men inside that red area. They're going to have to start moving the ball around if they don't hit that shot.
Downtown goes to the left corner. Hayes from the other side, and Webster blocked it. Outlet to Williams on the superb defensive play by Marvin. Silas is off an Unseld rebound. Over the head outlet to Hayes. Goodbye, Seattle. Bullets keep possession.
Paul Silas, I don't think, realized he was so wide open. He rushed that shot.
Johnson's shot is blocked. 3 quick blocks from the supersonics. Williams traveled as he tried to pick up the dribble coming down the side. It'll go back to the Bullets.
I think Gus saw his 2 men down the floor. Dewey had a golden opportunity and tried to rush himself a little bit.
So Marvin Webster has blocked 3 shots in the first period in Game 6 in Landover. Deflected pass on the turnover. It's John Johnson in the middle, 3-on-2. Behind his back, pull up Brown. Spun it out. Hayes hits CJ. Johnson.
Down the other end. He does for 20 seconds. Looks like he may have twisted his ankle. Down the right side, front of Seattle's bench.
There it is. They finally give it to them. Trainer Frank Furtado. Johnson injured the ankle early in the series. Then came up with a stiff neck. Had been trying to play through the pain. And he is over on Lenny's bench as they go to a full timeout with 50 seconds left in the first period. John, that could hurt Seattle if John Johnson couldn't play, because he at times has been effective against Dandridge.
Yes, he has. He's played probably the best defense the Bobbies had played against him in the playoffs, and I think that he may be the best passer on that team. He's one person that can move the ball around, so it could be a real big loss.
So they get the ankle wrap out, apply the ice pack to the side of it. Looks like it is on the outside of the ankle. Yeah, it's the outside on the left ankle.
He's actually trying to get a 20-second timeout. Lenny Wilkins said just call a regular timeout.
At the other end, of course, Kevin Greavy started and tried to play today, but was taken out. He has played with a lot of pain. Injured ankle, injured hip. Dick Motter, Wendy down, Wes Unseld looking at you.
Brent, it seems to me that this Washington ball club is pressing just a little bit. Elton seems to be playing very well. Lenny wanted to get the ball down inside, but Elton's come out playing super at the start of this ball game, but the other players seem to be pressing just a bit. They've missed some real good opportunities because of that. I guess that's a natural tendency when your backs are up against the wall like it is for the Bullets, John.
Neither team hitting particularly well, Rick, from the floor. 39% from Seattle and 38% from Washington. Wally Walker replaces John Johnson. He's number 42. Greg Ballard, the rookie, checks in to take Walker. Webster. Ballard, a strong young rebounder. Trying to front Elvin Hayes. Silas in that duel. Henderson on the other side, and Hayes comes over. Against the double team, he's off. Gus Williams on the fly for the Sonics. And young Greg Ballard hustled into the passing lane and deflected it out of bounds, intended for Freddie Brown. That's the time left first period, lower right-hand corner. Williams wanted Webster, was blocked. Silas to no basket. Big 3-second violation with 3 seconds to go. The Sonics turn it over on the violation. If the Bullets can get a good shot, they could tie it. Ballard throws one up outside. So the end of the first period. Game 6 from Landover, Maryland. Seattle with a chance to wrap up the title leads the Bullets 21-19.
After you've worked all year, you deserve a real vacation. Where you can go where you want to go. Do what you want to do. That's where Beneficial comes in. With vacation cash for the real vacation you deserve. Beneficial wants to lend you the full amount you have in mind. Call Beneficial for vacation cash today. And have a real vacation.
At Beneficial, you're good for more.
You look as though you could use some excitement, America. Something new, something fresh, something as fresh, as new, as exciting as the new Chevrolet Monte Carlo. The new Monte Carlo surrounds you with personal luxury, with quiet comfort, with a surprising amount of room. But most of all, it surrounds you with genuine driving pleasure. So come drive one and put a little distance between yourself and the crowd.
My son Charlie had measles when he was a baby. He was unlucky. He's going to be deaf for life. Your child doesn't have to have measles or any of the childhood diseases you can protect against. Charlie missed some of his shots. If you don't have your child fully immunized and he gets sick, how will you say you're sorry? Call your doctor or local health department. Immunize your child, please.
The preseason announcement was brought to you as a public service by the National Basketball Association. Here in Landover, we start the second period. The Washington Bullets scoring not as balanced as the Seattle Supersonics. Elvin Hayes with 9 points was the only Bullet to score more than 2. Bobby Dandridge shot 1 of 5. No one with more than 4 points on the Supersonics. John Johnson, Gus Williams, and Freddie Brown. They worked a play inside to Wally Walker, and he was fouled by young Ballard. And it was that young man right there who hit 2 mighty important free throws in the Kingdome the other night.
It's a basic backdoor play. They hit the center, the forward backdoors, catches the man cheating. Ballard pushes right there, picks up the foul. It's basic basketball.
Wally Walker trying to put back-to-back championships together with different teams is at the free throw line. Close from the field. Wally played last year with Portland. 22-19. A report on the Kemper Open. Jimmy the Greek coming your way at halftime here this Sunday afternoon. And also Red Auerbach will reminisce about some of his great moments. C.J. The Bullets have got a chance to go ahead. Not that time for Johnson, but Ballard comes out of the pack. And the Bullets keep it alive. Henderson on the move to the hoop. Offensive foul, Brett. Henderson is down. There we see Henderson coming in on the right side. Wally Walker stands there, moves a little bit when he was in the air. Looks like a definite block rather than the offensive foul, John.
Well, Murphy saw it the other way, and as you say, that's one of the most difficult calls in the game, so half the time you're going to get it, half the time you're not.
There is a new precinct, John, being heard from. His name is Ballard, number 42, and he has come to this practice with some emotion. Sigma is off, and Wally Walker with a neat offensive rebound for the Sonics.
Well, they had another fellow come off the bench, gave him that big win back to the Kingdom, and of course that was Vince Kupchak, who picked him up by the bootstrap.
As soon as we tout Ballard, he loses control on the pass, and he has turned it over.
He's hit some big free throws for them in the whole playoff series this year, and he's playing with confidence. He's a good player. He just doesn't get enough time. I think he's going to be a star in this league.
Sonics are up by 1 in the second period, and the foul was away from the ball.
Tom Henderson holding Freddie Brown, not allowing him to make his cut off the screen by Sigma.
Henderson with a few words for Daryl Garrettson as he leaves with Larry Wright out of Grambling, having checked in for the Bullets. Johnson uses the screen. Sigma tries to bat it back up, and it's Ballard. Off to Wright. Cross court to CJ on the fly, but offense. So 2 trips down the floor. The Bullets come up with offensive fouls, and on the third they turned it over.
You know, Charlie Johnson coming to the hoop. Looks like pretty good play on his part, because I really did not think that he had the offensive foul there.
Today, Kendall Oil's Car on the Street interview talks with a Ferrari.
Buongiorno.
I'm told you're demanding.
Demanding? Never. Only when I don't get the right treatment.
Like Kendall Oil?
See, Kendall means confidence.
Right. Every drop of Kendall is specially engineered for exceptional performance and protection. So Kendall helps keep cars out of trouble.
I am not demanding. It's Kendall or nothing.
Kendall means confidence.
Ask any car.
Being 5'10" was a drag, and then I found that I fit in. Playing basketball, feeling 10 foot tall, helping other people win. Yeah, it's really like my daddy said, you can stand around and stretch, or you can go all out with what you got, 'cause it's all you're gonna get. Being my RC, my steady good to me, 'cause what's plain old good to other folks ain't good enough for me and my RC.
Coming or going on a business trip, you've got no time to waste. And nobody knows that better than Hertz. Whether it's picking up or dropping off your Ford or other fine car, nobody has more to do it faster.
Getting out with super speed. Hertz, the superstar inventor. Hertz, the superstar inventor.
You know it.
Next Sunday, CBS Sports presents the World Invitational Rackets Championship, with U.S. Open champion Guillermo Vilas competing in exciting, fast-paced action with superstars from 5 other racket sports. Be sure and be with us for the World Invitational Rackets Championship next Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern.
One catch, of course, no superstar can compete in his own specialty. Otherwise, Guillermo Vilas would tear him up in tennis. John, here's a different angle for you.
Here's a different angle, and as you can see this time, the left arm causes contact for the offensive foul. From that angle, you could see the foul.
So the officials with a better view than our 50-yard line camera perhaps were somewhat too harsh on him sometimes. Walker is short. Freddie Brown out high, and now young Jack Sigma facing up. Silas bats it, but CJ comes out of the pack. You can see them fronting Hayes. They back off at the guard. They get it into him, and he just turns around on Silas, misfiring that time. You would think against Silas that maybe Elvin would turn around and face up just a touch more, but of course he still prefers that back to the basket. Turn it over. There's Ballard leading to Johnson. On the drive, it counts. He was fouled. Walker hit him as he came in. This time, no charge.
Okay, here we have a fast break opportunity, and CJ going to the hoop. Both people are moving at that particular point. You could see Wally Walker pick up his back foot trying to gain position.
Great steal by young Ballard as he came down and he picked up Johnson. And one thing becomes very apparent with C.J. completing the three-point play. The Bullets are going for layups in this game. They're trying to penetrate inside with Henderson, Johnson. Mitch Kupchak will be checking in now, too, for Dick Motta soon when we have a break. Bullets are up by 2 with 8:50 to go in the first half. Dennis Johnson is off. Hayes lead now for Wright, and it's all right.
This is when the Bullets are best, when they get their running game going.
19,000 on their feet and cheering in Hanover, Maryland. Lenny Wilkins and the Seattle Supersonics take a timeout and try to talk things over. They're giving them too many easy baskets, Lenny will tell them.
J.C. Penney presents the sports shirt that feels as good as it looks. A shirt you can really relax in because the inside is cool, comfortable cotton. But no matter how much you relax, this shirt will stay looking neat and crisp because the outside is all polyester. Comfortable cotton inside, neat, crisp polyester outside. And at $10, even the price feels good. J.C. Penney sports shirts, they feel as good as they look.
When you take off on the Trans-International Airlines charter flight, you're taking off with us.
When you go to see a United Artists movie, you're going to the movies with us.
When you come to budget to rent a car, you're coming to us.
We're Transamerica, the people in the pyramid. We serve you through many different companies, but we stand for just one thing: first-rate service at a fair price. From every Transamerica company, every time.
America, if you've got a taste for value like you've got a taste for apple pie, you've got to love Chevrolet's all-new mid-size Malibu. It's got more headroom, more legroom, more usable trunk room, and better mileage estimates. To top it all off, it's got a beautiful trim new body by Fisher and Chevy value through and through. The all-new mid-size Malibu. You're going to eat it up.
It's Broadway's biggest night. Join Ed Asner, Bonnie Franklin, Bob Hope, Jack Lemmon, Liza Minnelli, and more for Footlights, the 1978 Tony Awards, all Sunday right here.
Faintly in the background is a sign which reads, "The Fat Lady has laryngitis." And if you've been with us, you know Dick Motta's slogan, "The opera ain't over till the Fat Lady sings." Boy, they've been holding her off for a long, long time in the city. Freddie Brown.
Most of Seattle's attack coming from the outside of these stages. If they miss those shots, the Bullets are going to be able to capitalize on it, which they have done, getting the quick break opportunities.
That field goal snapped a 5-point run by the Bullets. Hayes double-teamed on Freddie Brown, so Wright comes around to the baseline and is short. Young Sigma leads to Walker, loses it, and it's Ballard. CJ's great pass to Kupchak.
Love to see him move the ball like that. That's just good, fundamental basketball. Charlie whipping it to the open man.
Bullets appear to be a little bit more aggressive overall. Foul down away from the ball.
Here's the last play by Charles Johnson. Right there, Charlie gets in his way. Wally loses control of the ball. Official rules no foul on it. Good call. Ballard quickly gets the ball, which is Charlie. Charlie moves. He sees Kupchak right there. Hits the open man. That's just looking over the court and seeing what's happening.
The personal was against Larry Wright. Brown off this time. Ballard and Sigma collide. Hayes blocks Wally Walker's shot, and Sigma took a blow in the nose. Jack Sigma took an elbow. He and Ballard contesting a rebound. It was accidental, but Sigma needs some attention.
There's the play right there. He got whacked again. Melvin throwing those arms around out there.
Dennis Johnson is off. Kupchak, and there's a loose ball foul, and Jack Sigma wanted to get an injury timeout. Wally Walker has assessed his second personal.
There's the play right here. The shot going up, battling in the boards. Kupchak really working hard. Elvin keeps it alive over the back. Foul is called.
And the Bullets come back, and they're assessed with an offensive foul. And, of course, that goes down as a turnover for them. Dick Motta not agreeing with the officiating.
Here's what happens on the play. Right there, the foul being called on Ballard.
Motta yelling instructions. Dennis Johnson starting slowly. He's 1 of 8 for the Sonics. Brown from the corner. Hayes with a rebound, and here's Johnson on the lead. Webster cuts back to the angle, and Wally Walker's there. CJ with a pull-up.
Good play by CJ that time. He saw that Marvin Webster was hustling back, and he knows how many times he's blocked shots in today's game.
Dennis Johnson comes back up with a shot, his second field goal. Charles Johnson, CJ, 4 of 7 with 9 points as he fills in for Kevin Greavy. And, of course, he got his chance because of the injury to Phil Chenier, who is on the Bullets bench in civilian clothes today. Hayes is off just a bit. Kupchak foul. Technical foul. Elvin Hayes just picked up the technical. He stayed to argue with Darrell Garrison. And Hayes has been assessed with the tee.
Now the technical, Brent, was on Mitch Kupchak. You see the play right here. Kupchak comes battling in his elbow, gives him the fake, shoots the ball. Now watch him try to get position. Right there, he just goes with a loose ball. Not the greatest call in the world. He has a reason to be upset. The reason he got called for it, Brent, was because he questioned Darrell's authority out there, and he made a little motion with the ball, and Darrell didn't like it and called a tee on him.
Gus Williams will shoot the technical. Sonics have possession. Ballard is out. It was on Mitch Kupchak, who came up over the top, so the Sonics have control. Webster rolls into the middle. Taken away by CJ, loose ball, and Walker's got it back. Gus Williams. Larry Wright reaching in behind him as Wes Unseld returns to the Bullets.
One thing you have to say for sure is the Washington defense is really being aggressive out here. They're playing with a tremendous amount of intensity. They know the importance of this ball game, and they're sure putting forth a very serious effort out here.
Defense is what wins it for you. If you can really play good defense, you're going to be in every ball game.
Normally what happens in defensive situations, if you go out there and work very hard and overly aggressive and you're bumping and banging, chances are you're not going to get called for as many fouls as if you would if you went out and played a tentative defense and then tried to play aggressive towards the end.
It also gets your offense going, too, because you have several opportunities when you can come up with many more loose ball situations and things like that.
Larry Wright. Wally Walker is taking Dandridge. Johnson again. Walker rebounds. Wanted Webster. He got a hand on it. He didn't see the pass. Dandridge. Yanked down by Gus Williams. 2-on-2. Now 2-on-3, and Williams with a pull-up. Bullets up by a point as they come down this trip. Tom Henderson will return. CJ. Dennis Johnson flying at him, but CJ gets it right back. Fouled as he came up with that shot. All silent. Vinnie Wilkins and Les Habacker watching from the Seattle bench.
Just good ball movement that time. Well, CJ ends up with his own offensive rebound. He goes in for the shot and gets the foul.
Wally Walker has come in from Wilkins' bench and yank down 5 rebounds.
I have to point out, Brent, one thing that Wally did in a previous play, he tried to throw the ball to Marvin Webster off the break situation. You don't give the ball to a 7-footer in the backcourt. Wally knew it as soon as he tried to make the pass. That was the wrong man to throw it to.
CJ, 11 points, and Mata wants young Ballard back in the game. Webster. Silas rolls the hook up outside, and Dennis Johnson couldn't clean up. Webster battling back. It'll go to the Bullets. He stepped out of bounds.
Lenny Wilkins complaining vehemently that he wants to get a foul for over the back on that play. That would have been Wesley's third had he called it.
Dennis Johnson, being the big guard that he is, also jumps very well, so the Washington guards have to block him out of there.
Sigma returns.
Got cotton stuffed up in his nose to try to stop the bleeding.
Struck accidentally by Greg Ballard. Ballard has returned. In the front line for Mata, Hayes, Unseld, and Ballard. Seattle has cut that rebounding deficit now. It's 26-22, Bullets with the lead. Ballard left alone.
That's what Washington has to do more of. Elvin Hayes being double and triple teamed. If they move it around to the weak side, they'll get that shot all day.
Sigma. Blocked. Dandridge cut off. Now goes to young Ballard. Gus Williams coming around Bobby Dandridge. Dandridge reaching back in, and Bobby has assessed the personal. 3 fouls on Dandridge, and he's squawking.
And the penalty situation in effect. Gus has had his difficulties at the free throw line ever since the Denver playoff series. Missed 2 the last time he was up there and almost missed the technical.
Gus Williams is 1 of 3 from the free throw line, and his free throws have fallen off in the playoffs. Makes it 2 of 4. A 3-point Washington lead with 3 minutes and 35 seconds to go in the first half. Henderson. Webster with the rebound. He travels. Bernie Bickerstaff, dressed in that white suit in the background, is telling Murphy and Garrettson that they're missing a little hooking underneath.
Freddie Brown had hold of Bobby Dandridge.
Dandridge free that time, hit the field goal, and there's the assistant coach.
Very low-scoring game here, and of course Seattle has a tremendous success record keeping the opposition under 100. They win almost all of those games.
Freddie Brown coming inside of Sigma rather than using the pick that time. Henderson, and here's Hayes, gives it right back to Dandridge, and they go inside to Hayes. They build a 7-point lead, their largest here of Game 6. Webster has been thinking shot more today than in the last couple of games. And if there's a Game 7, we'll be with you Wednesday night from Seattle, 9 p.m. Eastern Time on CBS. Garrettson picks up the call underneath.
One thing that we had talked about earlier, Brent, is the fact that Dandridge is now playing guard, and he has a mismatch against Freddie Brown. So this could be something that they've been holding back.
Honey. Hannigan, Flanagan, Mulligan.
The firm of Hannigan, Flanagan, Mulligan, Finnegan, Gilligan, and Logan had a big name, but a small office. Too small for a copier with an automatic sorter, until Xerox created the 3400 small copier. With its automatic sorter, it made up to 15 sets of documents in a small amount of time and a small amount of space.
Thank you.
Which made Hannigan, Flanagan, Mulligan, Finnegan, Gilligan, Logan,
Thank you.
and O'Rourke very happy.
The Bell system recognizes that many seemingly unrelated business problems are really communications problems in disguise. So we've provided our account representatives with the skills and equipment they need to take a company's problems and our solutions to them and fit them together into a total communications system. For we firmly believe that in solving problems for companies like yours, the system is the solution.
Enjoying the trip in your GM car?
Oh, yes.
Want to keep that great GM feeling?
Oh, you bet.
Then shake hands with Mr. Goodwrench. He's dedicated to improved customer care at more than 6,000 participating GM dealers.
You want genuine GM parts. You want your car fixed right on time. That's what I want, too. Caring about your GM car helps keep me in business.
Keep that great GM feeling with genuine GM parts.
When the Jeffersons moved to Monday, George gets arrested during a blackout.
All right. Hey, I ain't taking this sitting down, you know.
Then JJ lets the good times roll when a wake for a wino brings out the whole wacky neighborhood on Good Times. Now seen at a new time, following the Jeffersons, Monday at 8, 7 Central and Mountain.
So in halftime, we'll have Red R back on round ball. Red will reminisce. Jimmy the Greek will be here live, and then we'll have a report from the Kemper Open. We'll be covering the final round at the conclusion of the activities here in Landover this afternoon. Bobby Dandridge coming up on sixth.
Fred Seattle, as he pointed out, their offense coming from the outside. Only 5 of 20 in this quarter. 25% from the floor.
Round 5 of 21. They get it back. Off Webster, out of bounds, and we go to the Bullets.
Webster complaining a little bit that time. He thought he got 2 forearms right in the back, or 2 hands in the back from Ballard. Seattle's come back to counter that move of Washington's. They have J.J. in the backcourt along with Dandridge now. So they're actually only 2 legitimate guards on the floor.
Stickler faces up. The Bullets with control. Silas is out on Dandridge, but checking over his shoulder, and Ballard is behind him. Bobby Dandridge into the middle of the field goal. Biggest lead in the afternoon. 11 points by the Bullets.
And a technical foul on Lenny Wilkins. Brent, you have to pick one man out who has helped turn things around here. It certainly has to be Greg Ballard, the way he's played. Dick Motta evidently realizing that, giving him more time at that forward spot, making the change with Dandridge in the backcourt.
The thing is, we've talked about Seattle's speed that probably is a little better, but putting Grant Ballard in the lineup has given the Bullets a little edge on the speed, I think, at various times in combinations that they put on the floor.
Motta's up for this one, isn't he? Dandridge coming to the sideline. Johnson goes back to give him now 2 ball handlers in the backcourt.
Greasy did it, Brent. Bobby has 3 fouls. He does not want to see him pick up that 4th foul with only 40 seconds to go here in the half.
Stickler comes around Webster. Unseld knocks it. Sonics chase it down. It's Freddie Brown. Shot clock to 2. Paul Silas knocked away by C.J. Ballard is out. first half. Johnson comes around, Unseld. Fires from the right. Webster. And Ballard runs it down after C.J. tied up Webster. And the first half has ended. The Washington Bullets just dominating the second period. Red on round ball will be coming your way next. So here's some of those marvelous anecdotes that Red Auerbach has to tell.
See what's new today.
Hello, I'm the new 1978 four-door Chevy Chevette hatchback. Come on inside. I've got lots of room. For you and for cargo, I give you all these standard features. From an AM radio to reclining bucket seats. Some small cars charge you extra for them. I don't. I'm the new 78 four-door Chevy Chevette, and I'm a lot of car for the money. I think we're going to like each other.
The first thing you notice about the big shaver is that the handle is hollow, practically worthless. Bic put the money into their top-quality bonded stainless steel blade. That's why Bic can charge only 19 3/4 cents a shaver, and each one gives you days and days of close, comfortable shaves. The Bic shaver, hollow handle, superior blade, incredible price.
The Dutch Masters buyers are in France for the international auction of rare African Cameroon tobacco. There are two secrets they must keep to win some of the best leaf for Dutch Masters. The exact leaf they want and the price they'll pay.
That's a nice color.
When their bid is opened by the French auctioneers, they'll learn if they've won some of the best.
Acheteur Dutch Masters.
Taste the taste the world competes for in a Dutch Masters Cameroon Elite. There really are masters at Dutch Masters.
Introducing Turtle Extra, the thickest, most effective wax Turtle Wax has ever made, with special wax and polymers that cling to a car's finish. To demonstrate, we sank this car before we buffed it. Look, hours later, the wax is still there. Turtle Extra won't run out on you, and it protects your car from rain, sun, salt, and sand. Turtle Extra from Turtle Wax.
We barely had enough time, Red, to get you warmed up the last time we visited, and it
Johnson comes around, Unseld. Fires from the right. Webster. And Ballard runs it down after C.J. tied up Webster. And the first half has ended. The Washington Bullets just dominating the second period. Red on round ball will be coming your way next. So here's some of those marvelous anecdotes that Red Auerbach has to tell.
See what's new today.
Hello, I'm the new 1978 four-door Chevy Chevette hatchback. Come on inside. I've got lots of room. For you and for cargo, I give you all these standard features. From an AM radio to reclining bucket seats. Some small cars charge you extra for them. I don't. I'm the new 78 four-door Chevy Chevette, and I'm a lot of car for the money. I think we're going to like each other.
The first thing you notice about the big shaver is that the handle is hollow, practically worthless. Bic put the money into their top-quality bonded stainless steel blade. That's why Bic can charge only 19 3/4 cents a shaver, and each one gives you days and days of close, comfortable shaves. The Bic shaver, hollow handle, superior blade, incredible price.
The Dutch Masters buyers are in France for the international auction of rare African Cameroon tobacco. There are two secrets they must keep to win some of the best leaf for Dutch Masters. The exact leaf they want and the price they'll pay.
That's a nice color.
When their bid is opened by the French auctioneers, they'll learn if they've won some of the best.
Acheteur Dutch Masters.
Taste the taste the world competes for in a Dutch Masters Cameroon Elite. There really are masters at Dutch Masters.
Introducing Turtle Extra, the thickest, most effective wax Turtle Wax has ever made, with special wax and polymers that cling to a car's finish. To demonstrate, we sank this car before we buffed it. Look, hours later, the wax is still there. Turtle Extra won't run out on you, and it protects your car from rain, sun, salt, and sand. Turtle Extra from Turtle Wax.
We barely had enough time, Red, to get you warmed up the last time we visited. And as I told you, really one of the best things about being a friend of Red Auerbach's is hearing his marvelous anecdotes. So let's get back and reminisce some more. Red, didn't you take an NBA All-Star team on a European tour once?
Yeah, we went behind the Iron Curtain in 1964.
The Iron Curtain's never been the same, Ray.
No way. No way. I'll tell you. Well, I'll tell you, this is the team I had. I had Tom Gola, Casey Jones, Oscar Robertson, and Bob Cousy in the backcourt. My front line was Jerry Lucas, Tommy Heinsohn, and Bob Pettit. Then I had a kid by the name of Bill Russell at center. So you know that bit about lighting up the cigar? My God, I lit it before the game started. I used to sit there like I gave him a minimum. I said, if we don't win by a minimum of 30 points, consider it a defeat. So now we got a pregame talk before the game. I said, I'm going to get these guys. I said, Russell, they got that big red-headed kid, 6'5", leading scorer in Europe. I said, I don't want you to switch off. I don't want you to rebound. But I'm going to tell you this one time. If he scores one basket, I'm going to break your damn neck. I might have said a little tougher than that, but that's what I'm... So we start the game, and this is true. So we score, they get the ball, they give it to this kid. He fakes to the right, he's left-handed. Bounces to the left, he's 17 feet away. He's going up for the jump shot. And you can see the smile on this guy's face. And Russell is looking him in the eye, and all of a sudden his arm starts to unwind. And as the guy shoots it, Russell goes, pump, and blocks the shot. Well, he blocks 6 in a row. Now the guy is screaming. He don't know what to do. He's going crazy, and he's the leading scorer in Europe. He's a star. He's a national hero, because basketball is the #1 sport on either side. 7th time he takes the ball, takes 3 steps backwards. He throws it like a baseball. I jumped off that bench with my cigar, and I said, damn you, Russell, he hit the backboard. Now Russell is mad, because he figures he's got to get rid of this guy, or he's got to get rid of me. Me, he's not going to get rid of. So he's got to get rid of this guy. Now, how did he do? Do it was this way. The next time the guy took a shot, he jumped up. Instead of tipping it like he always does, he smacked it down at the guy and hit him right in the face. With the ball. And the guy starts to scream and carry on and kick the ball into the stands that they actually gave this national hero a technical foul and threw him out the game. And then Russell starts to smile. Oh, the things that... Speaking of that game, you know, over in international rules, you only shoot 2 free throws, or else you get the ball out of bounds. So the people over there whistle. They don't boo, they whistle. So Bob Pettit is on the line. Now, there's a gentleman's gentleman, real class guy. And he was very deliberate in his shooting. He'd go like this. And the whistling kept getting louder and louder and louder. And I was sitting on the bench, I said, shoot the ball! And he turns around, he gets mad. Not at me, at the people. He throws the ball down. He says, I won't shoot it. And he walks off the foul line. Then Cousy gets 2 free throws. And before they can start the whistle, he goes, doom. They get by the time they retrieved the ball and got it back to him, the whistling was tremendous. So he gets mad. He says, people are crazy. He starts to mumble. You can hear him. He turns his back to the basket, throws it over his head like that. Hits the rim. Russell gets the rebound and dunks it. The referee says, no basket. Well, needless to say, at that point, the relationship between athletes was very strained because I gave that referee a going over. I says, why not? He says, he can't shoot that way. Then he realized he spoke English. So I got on him, and he says, no, I don't understand. I said, you don't understand? I'll give you something to understand. And I went at him like there was no tomorrow. Anyway, we had a bad day that day. We only won by about 34, 36. But anyway, we became very close to the ball players there. As a matter of fact, I was instrumental 2 years later in bringing that same team over here to play some college games. And some of the fellows I still see to this day. That's how friendly we became. As a matter of fact, the Celtics had a Yugoslavian player at our rookie camp last year, and we would have kept him. But he couldn't speak English, so he couldn't communicate. I got there hundreds of them.
Red, we've run out of time, but I tell you, I could listen to Red Auerbach stories all day long. But that concludes today's segment of Red on Roundball.
And the NBA's World Championship Series will continue on CBS after these messages from your local stations.
Ida is up to her old tricks again, and a romantic ski trip hangs in the balance for Rhoda tonight on CBS.
We're at halftime here in Landover, Maryland. As you see the score, Jimmy, I'm going to ask you what everybody else wants to know. Are we going back to Seattle for a 7th game?
Well, your favorite, too.
Listen, we've got the NBA draft coming up on Friday in New York. What about the Philadelphia 76ers talking to Indiana about a trade?
Well, McGinnis and Dan Roundfield. It's a big problem because Cunningham wants Roundfield.
He would like to get Roundfield,
right,
but they would be willing to give McGinnis up then and send him to the Pacers.
Right.
Jimmy, what about the Chicago Bulls coaching job?
Costello, I'm afraid to sign. Not I'm afraid of it, he's got it.
Why would you be afraid of that?
I say I'm afraid of all this noise.
Don't be afraid. We're all right. The microphone will pick you up. What about the football owners? They're going to be having a meeting pretty soon.
Right. They start this Tuesday or Wednesday, and there's going to be a big battle between them over dual ownership. Watch it.
In other words, you don't want an owner in the NFL owning another team in another sport? Is that the problem?
That's it. And there's going to be a big battle over it, Brent.
Speaking of big battles, Doc Ellis down in Texas, he'd probably be on the move after that fight with Billy Hunter.
By June the 15th to the White Sox to make up for the Washington Bounds trade also.
Okay, now, of course, we've got affirmed in Alydar in the Belmont. I keep trying to talk you out of a firm, but I don't think I can.
You can't. But I'll tell you one thing. Alidar is going to try a lot of different things. Really? You know, I mean, maybe the change of the screens on the eyes and all that. But the one thing a Fern will never let him do is passing.
Those screens on the eyes, those are blinkers, right? What about the Kemper Open? We're going to Charlotte at the end of this basketball
All I can tell you is everybody in the golf world is rooting for Arnold Palmer.
They sure are. We got to find out how Arnold Palmer is doing. So let's go to Ben Scully for a report on the Kemper Open. Ben?
In the early going of the Kemper Open, the final round sees Andy Bean, the giant out of the University of Florida. He has just birdied the third hole, and as he tees off on number 4, he's our leader at 12 under par. Alan Pate, who burst from nowhere yesterday, the 25-year-old from the University of Alabama, is more than holding his own. He has picked up 1 birdie to go to 11 under as he tees off 3, just 1 shot back of Andy Bean. Wally Armstrong, Charles Cootie, and Mark Hayes are at 9 under, and Bill Cratchit is at 8 under par. Knowing full well the drama is yet to come, the crowd at 18 was loose and relaxed and welcomed Chichi Rodriguez. Chichi busted a fine drive, but he still had a long way to go in this 441-yard par 4. And did he cut down the distance? The crowd loved it, and so did Chichi as he danced his way up the 18th. And then, for good measure, he finished up his 11th Kemper Open with this birdie putt. Ole! Cha-cha for Chichi. He finished up 1 under par. Arnold Palmer, who was the second-round leader, slipped to 4 under yesterday, had a couple of birdies early to go 6 under. He has given 1 back and has just now recouped again. So at the end of 8 holes, Arnold Palmer is at 6 under par. But the big story right now, it's a battle of youngsters, Andy Bean and Alan Pate, 1 shot separating them. Now back to NBA basketball. This is Ben Scully, CBS Sports, Charlotte, North Carolina.
All right, in the first half, the Washington Bullets shooting 44%, and the Seattle Supersonics only 29. We'll be back with the second half in a moment.
Sir, what's the hurry? Going to rent a car. Oh, well, you don't have to run. Gotta run. Oh, no, if you had an Avis Wizard number, you could walk. Walk? Call toll-free and let our Wizard system do the running. Just show a major credit card, license, sign, and get the car. I don't have to run through airports? Not with Avis. I can walk through airports. I'm walking through airports. Jack!
I'm an attorney now.
Oh, good. Your clothes are a crime.
Harold, you'd look better in Hager slacks.
Wow.
Or a Hager sport coat and slacks. Even a Hager vested suit. A variety of outfits at prices that aren't out of order.
Weren't you voted most likely to succeed? Or was it best looking?
Both.
Hager, because looking good makes you feel good.
You know, I'm an attorney now.
In the latter part of the 20th century, a medication was created that kills athlete's foot fungus on contact. This medication is found in acetate for athlete's foot. Acetate relieves burning, itching, cracking. Acetate for athlete's foot. With a medication that kills athlete's foot fungus on contact.
I got Midas-sized in 19 minutes, 32 seconds. A new world's record.
I got Midas-sized in 27 minutes flat. So why'd I bother to get out of the car?
Midas can usually Midas-size your car in 30 minutes or less. And if anything ever goes wrong, we'll replace the muffler free for as long as you own your American-made car. In a hurry? Come to Midas.
Time sure flies when you Midas-size.
Get that rhythm. Get that rhythm. Get ready. Shoot the ball. That's my man.
Okay, Dave, get that rhythm down, Dave. Get that rhythm down. Get ready to shoot that ball.
Elvin Hayes and the NBA are volunteers for Special Olympics.
That's my man.
You can help a special athlete, too. Write Special Olympics, Washington, D.C.
preceding announcement was brought to you as a public service by the National Basketball Association. The NBA on CBS is sponsored by Light Beer, everything you always wanted in a beer and less. The Sears Muzzler, the aluminized muffler tough enough to be sold by Sears. And by all the new 1978 Chevrolets, now at your Chevy dealers everywhere.
We are back in Landover to start the second half. Washington closed out the first half by scoring the last 7 points. Seattle held to 14 points, getting 29.8 on the give and go. They come and hit their first field goal attempt. Dennis Johnson.
Definitely Seattle's worst showing offensively. Nobody in double figures in the first half. Credit a lot to the Bullet defense. Very aggressive out there. The game is not being called close, and I always have felt that that would certainly benefit the Bullets. They try to intimidate you.
5 assists for Wes Unseld. Dick came free. Short regains it. Dickma rebounds. So that's 2 quick rebounds by Jack and a field goal. Williams comes down on Tommy Henderson. Henderson picked off, but the shot is missed, and CJ coming out on the move against Dennis Johnson. And it's Henderson inside on the right.
Seattle is not getting back well on those long outside shots by the guard. The weak side forward has got to be aware of that situation and get back to help.
Here come the Bullets again on the turnover. Johnson. He has been a big man here this afternoon.
Right in the first half, the difference in the bench scoring 20 points for Washington, only 9 for Seattle. A big turnaround from the last ball game.
Webster on the big move through the lane.
Elvin Hayes picking up the foul here. See Webster make the move across the middle. Elvin will leave his feet as Marvin makes that last long step. Watch the left arm right there. That's what the Bullets were complaining about. Could have been an offensive foul, but it was a block after that offensive move.
Welcome, everybody, to the Light Beer Battle of the Big Guys. And there they are, 2 teams locked in mortal combat to decide the eternal argument over light beer from Miller. On one side, the big guys who think the best thing about light is it tastes great. Yeah, it tastes great. On the other side, the big guys who think the best thing about light is it has a third less calories than their regular beer. It's less filling.
I feel strongly both ways.
I tell you, this is really no respect. Blue is the violet and red is the rose. You don't fool them or break your nose.
The tension here is almost unbearable. They can't go on much longer. Something big has got to happen soon. Holy cow, look at that.
Hi, Mickey.
Hi, dolls.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer and less.
I still don't know why they asked me to do this commercial.
The new Monza by Chevrolet. For a car so sporty and so well equipped, it's priced surprisingly low.
It's Broadway's biggest night. Join Ed Asner, Bonnie Franklin, Bob Hope, Jack Lemmon, Liza Minnelli, and more for Footlights, the 1978 Tony Awards, all Sunday right here.
He's a humble one, isn't he, folks? Dancing Harry, no doubt, taking credit for the Bullets' 14-point lead. Marvin Webster stars it to 13.
like a lot of people were in that free throw lane a little early.
I think that's what Wes was sort of complaining about to Darrell that last time on the floor.
Unseld let free by Webster, and Dandridge coming underneath. Marvin coming inside on him, and he is assessed the personal.
West at the high post, he gets an alley down the middle and misses the shot. Bobby Dandridge rebound.
2 fouls on Webster. Charles Johnson. He's slapping his right hand as he goes down the floor, hoping it doesn't cool off on him. That's 15 points for CJ. 6 of 11 from the field. John Johnson over Dandridge. CJ again. Off this time, and Sigma. Williams. DJ.
Sure, Seattle felt that their percentage has got to increase. They're not a 29% shooting ball club, even if they are shooting from the outside.
Henderson dueling Gus Williams, and the foul. It's against Sigma underneath, away from the ball. Johnson. Hayes. Wes Unseld and John Johnson were there. Dennis shots into the left side, and Webster with a follow. Unseld will get credit for that last basket, even though John Johnson actually had more of the ball when it went up. Hayes misses the follow, and Sigma's out. To Williams, it's 3-on-2. Dennis Johnson again had the left all alone. John Johnson picked him up, and CJ with the foul. Dennis had actually stood there, and Gus looked the other way.
See the play coming back here. Gus looks to the right side, completely loses it. Dennis wide open, had the easy layup. John Johnson sees him, makes the play, and Charles Johnson called in there for the foul.
At the other end of the floor, Marvin Webster took a shot. He didn't even come down to rebound on this try.
That will be interesting to see Brent, if for club in this playoff series that gets a lead, can sustain it.
It's been the history. Everyone has allowed the other team back in.
57-48 with 7:58 to go in the third period.
Bullets will keep it. Marvin doing an excellent job of getting his hands up in front of West, trying to take away the passing lanes. That's what you must do defensively. Don't give him a chance to sit there and pick out his target.
Now Dandridge comes into the middle. Dandridge gets it back. Wilkins terribly upset that a foul was not called underneath. Bodies flying every which way. Dennis Johnson hooks the corner. Unseld, outlet Henderson. Unseld back up, he's all right. Dandridge. Oh, that Sigma came up on the Jasper three-pointer.
Here we have Bobby Dandridge in the corner, putting a little hesitation move on, getting by JJ, going up for the shot. Sigma hitting him with the body. Potential three-point play coming up.
DJ yanks it back to give the Bullets an opportunity. Dandridge.
Instead of three-point play, it's a four-point play.
That's 24 points that the Bullets have scored off of offensive rebounds. Only 14 for Seattle.
Giving the Bullets their biggest lead of the afternoon. Hayes. Dandridge.
little too far. Charles Johnson back to Bobby D. Sigma there. Dennis Johnson was behind him. And the foul is called on Sigma. 4 fouls on Sigma. Dick Motto will take a timeout. 6 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the third period. And the Bullets driving toward a 7th game.
What would it cost to replace your car's muffler, including installation?
Oh, I'd say about $50.
No, wait, $45.
It'll be around $30.
I guess about $40.
The aluminized Sears muzzler is only $19.99.
That's half of what I guessed. It's hard to believe. On a Cadillac?
Is that really true?
$19.99.
That's a terrific price, with installation included.
That's something.
Should have known it. Sears.
The muzzler, only $19.99 installed. Only at Sears.
Spot, can't you act like a dog?
There's so much clear information in the yellow pages, you'll never be confused.
Canine care.
You'll even find specialists who make house calls for almost any situation.
You're not a kitty. You're a dog. Say.
When you need to know who, what, where, when, and why, let your fingers do the walking through the Bell System yellow pages.
Gillette Track 2, please.
Sold out again. Say, you look like a double-edged man to me. Daring, unafraid.
No, the Gillette Track 2 gives me a more comfortable shave.
Silly me. These other twin blades will fit your Track 2 handle.
Yeah, but they're not Gillette Track 2.
Yeah, but
sorry.
To guys who use a twin blade Gillette Track 2, no other blade will do.
Gillette Track 2, please.
Next Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern, CBS Sports Spectacular will take you trackside for exclusive live coverage of the 110th running of the Belmont Stakes as the firm tries to hold off Aladar to win the coveted Triple Crown.
These are 2 super horses. You may never get another chance to see any like them.
That's the Belmont Stakes next Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern.
Poland, the president of the Washington Bullets, and a very happy man right now with his team in command. Charles Johnson, who was picked up by general manager Bob Ferry off the waiver list and brought to Landover on a helicopter that night, has really been a valuable addition to this team. Dandridge's free throw gives him 15, and that ties him with Charles Johnson. High point men on the Bullets. Dandridge taking a 1-point lead in that department. Webster is high for Seattle at 10, but the Bullets have been dominating at both ends. Dennis had Elvin come over on him, tapped out to Henderson. In a race, that's Elvin Hayes on the left side. Now Washington must maintain this intensity. They can't give Seattle a chance to get life. It counts. Unseld fouls him. See the young anger boiling up in West's face that time.
Here we have Tommy Henderson, just a burst of speed, a good cut to the inside here, partially blocked Elvin Hayes following.
That follow-in, John, gave the Bullets 10 straight points. Webster in the net string. Silas was controlled and Murphy had stopped play. Tommy Henderson call for the personal.
That's what can happen so often in ball games, is that you can get a great run on a team, get way ahead of them, but still do it in the middle of the third quarter. Then you still have 18 minutes of play left, and a lot can happen in 18 minutes. And we've seen that happen twice already in this series.
John Johnson, 2 field goals in a row by the Sonics. Back to 15. It had been a 19-point Washington lead. Johnson wanted to give it back, and the Sonics can string together 3 field goals. They do. No. Webster. Still not there. And the Bullets with control. They survive the assault. Johnson outside. Elvin Hayes couldn't bat it back in as he came up. Bullets will keep to the floor. If Seattle had converted that, they could well have put a little dent in this tremendous run that Washington has thrown against them.
The difference with the bench, 24-9. It was 38-8 the other way Friday night. So a huge turnaround. Hayes.
Washington really playing inspired basketball. This is the best they've played so far in the series.
Silas. John Johnson battling. Knocks off the penalty and goes the Bullets.
Interestingly enough, during this spurt, the Bullets are taking command of the boards again. They're ahead by 11.
Dandridge trying to come free of John Johnson and John fouled him.
Here's a situation where when the man has the ball down near his knees, he can't do anything but dribble with it. Stay off of him, back off a little bit. When he gets it up over his head, then you have to come up.
2 fouls on JJ with Dandridge at the line. Mitch Kupchak replaces Elvin Hayes. Huge round of applause for Elvin as he leads with 19 points and 13 rebounds. Washington out rebounding Seattle 42-31 overall for the game. Point difference. 4:15 to go in the third period. Williams and Henderson was right there. Too much right there, says Darrell Garrison. With young Greg Ballard coming in off the Bullets bench and Dandridge going out. That's 4 fouls on Henderson.
Gus Williams getting by Tommy Henderson. Tommy Henderson moving his feet pretty good, trying to get to the shot, but actually his momentum carries him into Gus's body for a foul.
Both teams are in the penalty. Larry Wright checking with Mana. Henderson goes out for the Bullets. Unseld, Kupchak, Charles Johnson, Larry Wright, and Greg Ballard on the floor. Johnson rebounds. Outlet to Wright. Back to Kupchak on the move.
Good hustle by Kupchak. You don't see too many people 6'11" getting up and down the floor the way he did on that particular play.
Freddie Brown. Commissioner Larry O'Brien and his wife watching Game 6 in Landover, Maryland. Webster blocks it out of bounds. Bullets keep it.
Dick Motta yelling at Charlie Johnson, slow it down, Charlie. Let's not get carried away out here.
Gets it back. Bullets come back on defense. 3-on-3. Williams swings inside. Chance for the three-pointer. Adrian Dantley, who grew up in the Washington area before he went to Notre Dame, then came into the NBA, closed out this year with the Los Angeles Lakers, was the Rookie of the Year with Buffalo, went to Indiana. Washington is a hotbed of basketball interest, and it always has been. And one of the truly remarkable schools is DeMatha High School in this area. Bob Ferry, the general manager of the Bullets, had a son who played on the freshman team this year.
That basket did not count, Brent. The foul was outside before the shot. Gus 1-1 with the penalty for 2. Made both.
So he made it 74-57 at 3:10. Kupchak, you could hear the players shouting there was a 3-second violation. And the help worked. Goes to the Sonics.
Still plenty of time to go. 3 minutes in this third quarter. They've chopped it back down to 17 points. They have to try and play it cautious, not get carried away, chop away 4 or 6 more, and they're right there.
Pull up by Williams, who has taken control of the offense. Webster comes back. Ballard. Kupchak.
Down inside, easy opportunities for Seattle have really hurt them in here this third quarter.
I'm sure they'd like to get it down to 10. If they could do that, then they'd have a real good shot.
Freddie Brown misses. Ballard goes to Johnson. Kupchak again breaking on the right. The offhand basket by Charles Johnson. Timeout in Landover with the Washington Bullets squarely in command. 78-57.
One step closer. One step closer. One step closer. That's what Exxon people say. One step closer. At the end of every day, Exxon's dedicated to finding energy for you. Energy for a strong America.
Great shot. One more point.
There's the game of tennis, and then there's the sport of tennis. When you're serious enough to play tennis as a sport, this is the ball you'll play. Penn, America's largest maker of tennis balls. With a live bounce, a responsive feel, serious players demand. When you're serious about tennis, Penn is the ball you'll play. Penn tennis balls.
Good game.
Played well.
Thanks.
Introducing the 7 best-selling trucks in their class. Chevy half-ton pickup. Chevy crew cab pickup. Chevy 1-ton pickup. Chevy diesel pickup. Chevy Blazer. Chevy El Camino. Chevy Suburban. Chevy trucks. Year after year, there are more of them in use than any other make. Chevy trucks, built to stay tough. Following the game, CBS Sports features live coverage of the Kemper Open from Charlotte, North Carolina. That's Following the Game.
And we'll be going to Charlotte for that final round as soon as the action ends here in Landover. This the biggest lead in the series here in the 6th game. 78-57. The Bullets squandered a 19-point lead in the first game. They are determined to send this back to Seattle for that 7th game Wednesday night. And they have played by far their best all-around game of the series. Ballard off of the rebound. Kupchak gets up from a familiar position on the floor. And here's Wright to the hoop at the other end.
Dick Myers trying to slow the ball down at times. I think they've got to keep doing exactly what they're doing. They're being so successful at it. They got to run it right down Seattle's throat.
No question about it. And that time, Larry Wright did an exceptional job of picking up Wes Unsel's pick on the move for an easy basket.
Wes Williams with the field goal. Williams came over and fouled Larry Wright.
There's the previous basket. See Larry Wright taking the ball right up the middle. Good screen off by Wes Unseld and lays it up and in. And it shows you the poor transition that Seattle has had on defense. And then he talked about it during the timeout. He said, we've got to get back and cut off those easy baskets.
Bruce Steele checks in, and John Johnson goes out. Steels has not seen much action in this championship series. He's 6'8" and 210. He's out of Xavier at New Orleans. 4th year in the NBA. He's number 45, and it could be that Lenny wants to test Ballard with him to see how it goes. Ballard is drawing Steels. It's Freddie Brown for the attack for the Sonics.
Steels is an emotional type player, and Lenny feels he might get something going for them.
Steels will go at Ballard in the Washington offensive end. Here is Williams dueling right. Cup check. Webster taking cup check. Unseld saying, come on over me, and Wright does. Silas on the switch. Cup check to the left side. Shot is off. Silas couldn't hold the ball. Unseld got it back.
And it's a 24-second violation. Brett, that ball never hit the basket. The clock ran out. It was an excellent call that time by the officials.
There's the Seattle bench. Jack Sikma, sore nose, sore right cheek. And a tough afternoon in Landover for the Sonics. There's the Washington bench with Dick Mata kneeling down. Wright knocks it away. Wright gets it back. Larry Wright can fly. Cup check on the bubble.
They are doing what they have to do. They're keeping the heat on defensively. They're running it up the floor quickly. Don't get that defense set. Washington playing a great game here this afternoon.
Webster is off to Unseld. Time left. Third period. Johnson goes to the left. Steels had a hand on it. Williams runs it down. At the end of the third period, I won't have to tell you the score. You can just listen to 19,000 and some.
Lead to stage match filter. You can lean on me.
Dirt is your engine's enemy. You need all the protection you can get. That's why Lee adds a second stage here in our oil filter to trap more dirt than single-stage paper filters. And in our air filter, it traps larger dirt particles to help the inner filter breathe easier, cleaner, longer than single-stage paper filters. Lee two-stage maxi filters. Trap more dirt, pack more protection.
The NBA on CBS will continue after this word from your local station. Mother Jefferson is dropping in for the weekend, and George is dropping out on the Jeffersons, now Mondays on CBS.
That fat lady's been on hold for a long, long time, hasn't she, here in Washington? No longer than Wednesday night, though, because if the Bullets can hold together here for 12 minutes, the 7th and final game will be Wednesday night in Seattle. 9 p.m. in the East and 6 o'clock in the West. The last 7-game championship series of the NBA, Boston and Milwaukee, some 4 years ago. Elvin Hayes. Cup check to the left hand. In the middle 2 quarters, Washington outscored Seattle 65-40.
And we say all along, it's defense that wins it. Seattle's has been non-existent in the middle 2 quarters. goaltending was called that time on Mitch Kupchak. The ball was still going in the basket regardless.
Again, we have Bobby Dandridge in the backcourt, Greg Ballard and Kupchak up front, who's provided them with tremendous lifts today.
Fields runs it down. Silas. Brown again. Ballard snaps it out. Leads Dandridge. Kupchak. The Washington Bullets bench has been absolutely awesome in Landover after being outscored 38-8 Friday night in Seattle. And I would anticipate in that 7th game in Seattle, the way things are going, that we're going to see an awful lot of Greg Ballard. Steals. Steals running it down. Williams.
We had a mistake on that rebound statistic in the third quarter. Right now, it stands 65-40 in favor of the Bullets. They have dominated totally, especially on the offensive board.
Steals awaiting Larry Wright over there in the corner, and Bruce picks up the personal.
Here's the play again. Wright, tremendous quickness, hustling down the floor. Steals, moves over in front of him. Good call by the official.
Hayes is short. 9 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the 6th game. Brown.
With that big rebounding edge the Bullets have, there's nothing better than to have them play their game if you're going to let things be loose and have them dominate, because they certainly will. If it gets rough, that's where they're most effective.
Foul on Freddie reaching in on Kupchak. Joe Pace, Wes Unseld, the Bullet bench. Phil Chenier sitting in civilian clothes. Dick Motta. Dick Motta took the Chicago Bulls to a 7th game in the Western Conference Championship in 1975. That was in Oakland. The Warriors, Rick Barry winning that night. What is the bench total, Rick?
40-17. Just almost a complete turnaround from the other game when it was 38-8.
Outscored by 30 points.
Now by 23. And of course, Charles Johnson's had a lot to do with that. He's had 17 points himself, I believe, equaling the total of the entire Seattle bench. Nice to see a former teammate do well.
Ballard up on Steals. Freddie Brown and Hayes. Foul call. Freddie trying to screen off underneath. And Sigma picks up the foul just to the side of Freddie.
Let's watch the play here and see underneath. The foul's on Sigma. There he is with Elvin Hayes. You're watching him. Right there, he grabs Elvin, gives him a little bit of a pull, picks up the foul.
One way to get E out of there. Ballard inside of Steele. Counts, and he'll come to the line off the foul. And number 42 looks like a player.
John Havlicek's exactly right. He's got all the tools in the world to become an outstanding player in this game, as we watch him here on this move. Gets the man committing, goes by him. He actually got fouled right there, fakes him up, gets him to hit the body, takes the ball to the hole. Excellent play that time by Greg Ballard. He's got a perfect body for this game of basketball.
Sometimes an injury to a guy like Greavy allows him to play, and he's certainly taking advantage of it today because Dandridge gone back in the backcourt.
Wow. Loose ball, Sonics still loose, picked up by the Bullets underneath, and Bobby Dandridge axe to the floor.
will tell you in that situation, that's the kind of foul they like to see taken. The ball is bouncing around loose. You see it kicking off. Dandridge with it. They say there's no way you're getting that up to the basket, Bobby.
8 minutes and 31 seconds. Dandridge at the line. Bobby Dandridge was in that last 7th game of the championship series. So too was John Havlicek, who's working here with Rick Barry. Boston Celtics won 3 games on the road in that series. The 7th one in Milwaukee to win the title.
That's what I was about to say, Brent. The home court advantage in that 7th game really doesn't mean too much.
Freddie Brown and Dandridge clubbed him from the side.
But of course, John, every coach will tell you, say, listen, this is what we played for. Now let's take advantage of it. As Fred goes up with a shot, there's the good block, but he whacks him with the arm after the block. Still nice to be home.
No question about it, because when you're home, you feel you do have a little advantage. I think with the 8 teams or championship teams I played with, only 1 or 2 won in Boston.
Show you that it doesn't mean a great deal too, Brent. In the Western Final, we were beaten by Phoenix in the 7th game at our building.
Sigma. Bullets control, 93-70. Assistant coach Bernie Bickerstaff. A little unhappy, sitting back down. Dandridge coming inside of Freddie Brown. Marvin going to bring it all away. Dandridge on the steal.
That's why a 7-footer shouldn't handle the ball.
Here is Henderson. Rick Ballard.
Rick Ballard has given them a lot more movement offensively, and he's the type of player that can make the defense honest because he can shoot the ball from the outside, and I'm sure we're going to see more of him if this does go 7.
Steals. So, John, we had talked out in the Kingdom about the possibility of moving Dandridge to the backcourt, and here they do it today. Ballard fouled by Seals as he squeezes the trigger that time. We had said then that it would be a desperation move, and of course, today, with the injury, comes in, and so it's time for a bullet fever in Landover. 6 minutes and 58 seconds to go, and the Bullets are in command.
Okay, big, green cheese. If National's going to be the best car rental company, we have got to hustle. Schultz, the last reservation call.
9 seconds, sir.
Walsh, green light service means...
Fast service, sir.
Willoughby, before we rent this new Chevy, we check all 10 items on the maintenance checklist. And then we sign it. Sir. Okay, team, let's go. Working for you, the big green team. We're National Car.
Take any razor available in America. Any razor. Now there's an electric shaver that will shave as close or your money back. The Remington XLR. Remington can guarantee a close shave because only Remington has this remarkable 3-part system. The first head shaves close, the second closer. The unique intercept cutter is designed to shave longer hairs. The Remington XLR. It shaves as close as a blade or your money back.
I'm fixing up your house, Bozo, with tough paint this time. Right, Dad?
Lucite's plenty tough. It resists peeling and cracking.
How come?
For one thing, it's got mica.
Mica?
Mm-hmm. Mica's a mineral that reinforces the paint by forming overlapping plates that help make a tough seal. So it resists peeling and cracking.
He means Lucite lasts.
Now get a $1 refund from DuPont on every gallon of tough sealing Lucite.
Next Sunday, CBS Sports presents the World Invitational Rackets Championship, with U.S. Open champion Guillermo Vilas competing in exciting, fast-paced action with superstars from 5 other racket sports. Be sure and be with us for the World Invitational Rackets Championship next Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern.